This one's personal, this one's about impact. It's about that moment everything became real. Here's something wild that I've never shared publicly. When that first resident walked in, it wasn't just a placement, it was purpose. It's just the beginning. We've talked about the story, the steps, the systems. Keep going. You don't know who's waiting for you. Welcome back to the Ignite Home Care podcast. And just like that, we've arrived at episode 7, the final episode of our first season. I knew this moment would come. I just didn't know how deeply emotional it would feel when it did. This one's personal. This one's about impact. It's about that moment everything became real. That moment it all shifted from process to people, from paperwork to purpose. Here's something wild that I've never shared publicly. Our first resident, get this, requested to be transferred to our first home a whole year before we officially opened. A year before the home had furniture, a year before we had clearance, a year before there were policies posted or meals prepared or schedules printed, a whole year before we were ready on paper. Someone was already waiting to come. And I need you to really let that settle in, because I still get chills when I think about it. While I was filing out forms and wrestling with timelines, there was someone out there saying, I want to be there. That tells me this work was never just mine. It was orchestrated, it was divinely aligned before I could even wrap my head around what we're building. When that day finally came, everything shifted. I never forget walking through the home that morning. It looked the same, but it felt completely different, because now it wasn't just a facility, it was a home. And when that first resident walked in, it wasn't just a placement, it was purpose meeting preparation. I saw it in their eyes, I saw it in their body language, and honestly, I saw it in my own reflection. I knew that every delay, every revision, every waiting period, it was worth it. Because what I was carrying wasn't just a vision, it was someone's reality. And on that day, it finally came alive. People talk about metrics, numbers of beds, numbers of staff, profit margins, and yes, those things matter. But nothing compares to the moment you see peace on someone's face when they finally feel safe. That's legacy. That's fruit. That's the thing no spreadsheet will ever capture. And I want to say this for anyone listening who's still in the beginning. Keep going. You don't know who's waiting for you. You don't know who's been praying for a place like the one you're building. You don't know how much your obedience is already making room for someone else's breakthrough. So this is where we end season 1, but really, it's just the beginning. We've talked about the story, the steps, the systems, the struggles, and now we've seen the fruit, and it's only going to grow from here. This podcast started as a way to document the process, but now it's a blueprint, a roadmap, a story you can step into, make your own, and pass it on. Thank you for walking this season with me. Thank you for letting me be vulnerable, imperfect, and honest in every episode. You've heard the heart behind this home, and now I pray you go build yours with the same boldness. Same boldness. If this season has inspired you, challenged you, or simply reminded you that you are not alone, share it, send it to a future care owner, a care worker, a change agent. And if you're someone who feels called to be part of this mission, whether through work, collaboration, or conversation, reach out. I'm looking for people with heart, integrity, and vision, because Ignite isn't just a name, it's a movement, and we're just getting started. Until next season, let's keep building, keep stewarding, and remember, you're not filling beds, you're fulfilling purpose. See you next time. Toodles, toodles.